So over the past few weeks, there's been a fragrance that's been floating all over the fragrance community, especially on social media, and that was Dolce Gabbana's The One Luminous Night. I had a bunch of you guys ask me to review it. Because I had already tried it before and I wasn't that big of a fan the first time I tried it, I didn't know if I was going to pick up a full bottle or not, but one of my subscribers, again Camzat, sent me one decant of both the Mysterious Night and Luminous Night, which again I've tried before once, but I'm going to be doing a full review here for both of them, comparing them, contrasting them, let you know if they are worth a pickup. And so without further ado, let's get it. Alright, my great smelling dudes, welcome back to my channel. This is Randy, aka Fragrance Dude, back with another fragrance video. Thank you so much for joining me again, and before we get into the video, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, and comment below if you've tried either of these fragrances or what your favorite fragrance in the One line is. If you haven't seen any of my videos about the One before, I did the original 3. I did a buying guide for them. I don't have any of the exclusive editions in full bottles yet. I didn't feel like it was necessary because one, I can't wear. I'm not allowed to wear because my wife's allergic to it. The other one, I haven't seen a bottle for a decent price. And the third one, I just haven't really got around to getting yet. So with that said, over the last couple weeks, especially the One Luminous Night, which is usually about $130 to $150, was dropped down on JOMASHOP. And it was popping up here and there and selling out really quickly for about 75 bucks. So I had a bunch of you guys ask me if it was worth picking up. I did try it before, but I don't remember really much what it smells like. I just remember it wasn't a love for me. So I got these sent by Camzat. I have the One Mysterious Night here, and I have the One Luminous Night. I sprayed both of them on separate hands. And so I'm going to give you the full breakdown. I have worn them over the last few days. It's harder for me to smell today, but over the last few days I did get good wears on them. So I'm going to give you the full information, starting here with the One Luminous Night, since it is the one that pretty much spawned this video. So neither of these are really going to fit fully into the line, as far as the line kind of smelled very similar to each other. I know the one, Eau de Parfum Intense, kind of strayed a little bit more, but they had similar vibes throughout. This one, the Luminous Night, is going to be more similar than the Mysterious Night, while both of them are pretty far away. Again, I didn't do Royal Night. I don't have a decant of that. I can't find it anywhere for a decent price. If I do ever find it, or the One Gray, I think that, and the One Gold. I did the One Gold review before. It's like a blood orange. I'm not a big fan of it. But these are the main 3 exclusive editions. Again, this is the Luminous Night. I'm going to give you the main notes that you would pull from this. They are black pepper, dates, geranium, amber, and sandalwood. There are other notes in the fragrance that I will mention here. So when you first spray on the One Luminous Night, it's very similar to a lot of other fragrances, but I'll tell you what you first get. So when you first spray it on, you're hit with an overload of amber and a lot of dates. It's almost like a glazed date. The date gives off this like warm and dark fruity vibe. Then you also get a background of a little tiny bit of bergamot and a little tiny bit of black pepper to give it a little bit of this like fresh spiciness. And then as you work your way into the mid, about 5 minutes in, you get a little bit of geranium coming in that provides only the tiniest bit of freshness. But there's no way that this is going to make it more of like a spring and summer fragrance because there's geranium. It's just a little bit of a freshness added in there, but it's still going to be mainly a fall and winter nighttime date night fragrance. This is going to be a little bit more versatile than the One Mysterious Night. I'll tell you more about that because the Mysterious Night's a bit more formal. This one is more casual or formal. You can wear it pretty much anywhere. So when you first spray it on, you get that amber. It's very sweet, almost has this vanillic texture to it, but it's not the syrupy, resinous amber that you would normally get. It's kind of a smoother, softer amber. When you get to the dry down, it does get a little bit of that resinous quality. So anyway, the easiest way to describe it is if you took that darker, fruity date and you mixed it with an overload of sweet amber, and that's pretty much what you have in this fragrance. When you work your way into the dry down, it doesn't change much. If you want to be have a summary of this, it's just a very sweet date fragrance. I mean, and when I say date, I don't mean date night. I mean the fruit date. It's a very sweet glazed date from the opening to the dry down. In the opening, again, you get a little bit of black pepper and a little bit of bergamot. Those go away pretty quickly. In the dry down, you get a little bit of woods, and that's it. There's not really much of a difference in this fragrance from the opening to the dry down. It lasts about 8 to 9 hours on my skin while projecting between moderate and above average for about 3 to 4 hours. It's a good fragrance, and it reminds me, this is the best way I can put it. It doesn't, don't take this as it smells like this or exactly like this. This is what I get from it. It's if you took Parfums de Layton, took out that apple and added in date, and then the dry down just didn't exist. As far as a rating that I would give this fragrance, I would probably say either in 7.5 or an 8.0 out of 10. It's nothing that hasn't been done before. It doesn't stick out, and it, to me, compared to those other fragrances, I would like those other fragrances more. This is very synthetic, obviously. I would prefer Layton. I would prefer Initio Side Effect over this one. But is it a good fragrance for the price right now? Absolutely. If you can find it for that $75 to $80 mark, I would definitely pick it up, especially because the bottle is sweet. You get that gold cap, you get the blue bottle, you get the Middle Eastern writing. Really, really, really cool. But anyway, so if you want to know this fragrance, very, very easily stated that it is an ambery sweet, smooth version of a date. If you took a date and just put like a glazed donut with it, it's kind of what it smells like here. It has a little bit of gourmandness, a little bit of that The One DNA, but really not much. It's just an ambery heavy fragrance with that date. A little bit of woods in the dry down. It's the best way to put it. So that's the One Luminous Night. I do like the fragrance. It fits right in with the type of fragrances that I love to wear, the sweet, during the fall at least. But again, there are better options out there, but I will pick this up at some point. So the second fragrance I wanted to talk about here is the one that I cannot wear because of the fact that my wife is allergic to rose oil, and that is the One Mysterious Night. This is going to be more unisex because it has those floral aspects, the rose, it has saffron, stuff like that. It's going to be a Middle Eastern fragrance through, and so it's not going to be blind buy worthy. As far as the exclusive editions are concerned in the one line, the Luminous Night's going to be the safest blind buy because if you like sweet fragrances or ambery fragrances, or if you know you like Layton or Side Effect, then that will be an easy blind buy for you. For this one, it's not going to be as easy, not only because of the unisex factor and also because there's oud and rose and stuff like that. But again, in the Mysterious Night, I sprayed it on this hand. I will wash it off when I'm done so I don't kill her when she gets home. But the main notes that you get in this are saffron, rose, oud, amber, and tonka bean with a little bit of grapefruit. So, pretty much every one of the one from the original all the way until the exclusives use amber in something. So in the Eau de Parfum and the Eau de Toilette, it's amber and tobacco. Then you have the one Eau de Parfum Intense, which is amber with the tobacco taken out, adding in some cashmeran. And then you get to the Luminous Night, which is the amber and dates. And then you have the one gold, which is amber and blood orange. And in this one, it's amber, oud, and rose. Those are the three main notes that you need to know. And again, from the opening to the dry down, it doesn't change very much. So pretty much the way that this fragrance works, it's very niche quality. It's niche quality from the opening to the close. It has the most niche quality of any of the fragrances in this entire line. When I say that, I mean because the oud and a lot of designer fragrances doesn't feel like oud, or if they call it oud for something like Strong With You oud, it's not going to have a prominent oud note that you're going to be able to pull out. It's either going to be woody or it's not going to have anything. With this fragrance, the oud is natural oud. It's what oud should smell like. It's what natural oud is, and then you have that natural rose note as well. So as soon as you spray this on, you get hit in the face with rose, oud, and a backdrop of amber, and then you also get a little bit of saffron and a little bit of grapefruit to give it a little bit of this floral sweetness. But for the most part, you're looking at rose, oud, and the oud is a bit animalic here as well. It's not super heavy. It's not in your face. It's not super dirty or anything like that. It just feels animalic, almost musky. Um, and so the oud is in there. It's mixing with the main prominent note, which is the rose and the amber. So it's like a sweet floral animalic oud all the way through for the first about 15 to 20 minutes. That oud does dissipate as you get into the dry down, and it's replaced with a bit of this powdery tonka bean to add a little bit more sweetness as well as some powder to the fragrance. And then also that oud is replaced by a little bit of other types of woods, which it doesn't feel like a certain like cedar or anything like that. It just feels like woods. But that animalic tone does tone down about 15 minutes in. And honestly, I usually don't like the animalic ouds, but in this one it does it very nicely. And as far as these fragrances are concerned, I would, if I actually could wear rose, I think that the One Mysterious Night would be my favorite of the two fragrances here. I do like the Luminous Night, but I just think that it's been done too many times before, and it's been done better. To me, it's just a little bit boring as far as sweet fragrances are concerned. I still would buy it, and I still do recommend, especially for the price of what it's been going for lately. I would pay $80 or less. The One Mysterious Night, if I could wear rose, I think that it's definitely worth a pickup for somebody who would like to try something new, who would like to break into the niche, who do want to try something Middle Eastern. Again, I would not blind buy it. I would test it out first. But you can find this fragrance for a decent price. My voice just squeaked. But anyway, you can find that fragrance for a decent price. At least from what I remember, it was like $60 or so. But the One Mysterious Night is definitely, it's unique. If you're looking for something to test your boundaries of fragrances, the One Mysterious Night's definitely going to do that. Luminous Night is not. So again, you get that saffron, you get that amber, you get that sweetness, that floral rose. Again, I don't really like rose as a fragrance note, but the way that it does it in this, it's actually really nice. The rose does become more of a background note as you work your way into the dry down, but it is still there. You can still sense it. This fragrance lasts almost the same as Luminous Night, around 8 hours or so, while projecting moderately to above average for the first 3 to 4 hours. So let me know what you guys think if you've tried them out before. Again, we had Luminous Night, and I'm probably gonna buy Luminous Night. Unless somebody like gave me Mysterious Night, I don't see a rationale behind me buying it when I'm not going to be able to wear it. But let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back with another one. Again, I will be doing a full buying guide of the entire line once I do get all of the samples or all of the bottles other than the Mysterious Night. I'll be able to do a full buying guide of the entire line. But thank you guys very much. I'll be back with another one. So thank you guys very much for joining me. Peace.